Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We are Tuesday, March 10th, 2026, and I'm doing another general collective reading. I'm truly grateful you're here. Thank you so very much. I'm going to start this read because if you've listened to the last two reads, and I'm grateful you have, thank you. This is just something that I heard after I closed down the second read. It's time to come home. So whomever you're dealing with, I do believe it's an adult child, daughter, son, I'm not sure. Um, they're adult children that have gone down the wrong road. They are in trouble right now. They could be homeless. They have no money. They could be in a place where it's very unhospitable. Um, find your way home. Mom and dad are waiting for you. That's what I picked up. Okay. Whatever problems they've incurred, they're gonna have to work through. They're gonna have to take ownership, but at least they know that they're in a place where they are loved. Okay. They have to, I don't know, they're gonna have to correct what they've done. It reminds me of what I learned through the divine when Jesus was younger, before he started his ministry. He didn't always know who he was. He didn't know. He just knew he was running from something. He knew something was needed of him or required of him. He was afraid. You know, if you think, yeah, he's perfect, but he was also human. I mean, he was afraid. And he went, during those years that nobody really knows what he was doing, he went and did all kinds of things, tried to connect with people, but he was preparing himself. In actuality, he didn't realize it, but yeah. He went and sowed his seeds. I mean, Mary and Joseph could have sat at home worried sick over him. Back then, there was no electronics, there was no telephone, there was nothing. Okay, so they were worried sick, but eventually he came back home when he found out that he couldn't outrun what was his destiny. He came back and he knew. When he came back, he knew what was required of him. He was scared. Anybody would be. But he walked right into it, knowing what was going to happen to him. He had no choice. It was for the betterment of everybody. This is for keeps, I just heard. He came back afraid as, you know. And why I'm saying this is, yeah, our children aren't the second coming unless they are. This child or these children, the last generations have been brought up in a different way than we were. A lot of electronics, a lot of lies, reinventing the wheel, and it just goes back to the same old. Where I'm going with this is he walked into something that he knew he had to do. So whoever this child is, they're in trouble. And I'm saying a child, they're an adult. They're in trouble. They have to face it. Okay? But it's best to face it when you know that the people around you love you. They support you one way or the other. Yeah, they're disappointed. Yeah, they're heartbroken. But at least you know you're amongst people that want the best for you. So that's the message. Come back home. Jesus went back home to God. He had no choice. He had to follow. He had to do it. He had to do it. That was the best thing. No matter what this person, this adult child is doing, eventually they're going to wind up doing the right thing. They're going to come back home and answer for what they've done. Now, what happens afterwards, I don't know. I really don't. I wish I could tell you because everybody's story is different. But I do strongly feel that for a lot of you, these adults, children that went down the wrong road, got caught up with instant fame, you know, online, got caught up with maybe drugs, the party life, the party scene, maybe gaming, too much gaming, up all night playing fucking video games and not wanting to work the next day. I'm really picking up a lot going on like this, okay? They're gonna come clean. They're gonna open up their eyes. They're gonna do the better thing. They're gonna do the best thing possible for themselves and for you. I hate this storyline. I really do. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? Thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful. As I stated in my last read, a lot of people trying to stop me from getting these messages out for whatever reasons. I don't really care. I'm not really doing this for money, although I do support myself through these means, and they're trying to stop me. So if you really want to help me out, if you want to do me a favor, please subscribe if you haven't. that helps. Also like the videos. That really does help, okay? It doesn't cost anything to do so. You're just helping me out. You're keeping my videos being seen. And I'm very grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you for being part of my soul tribe. Teach one, learn one, right? That's why we're here. We're all in this together. And I love you. I really do. Where are we going with this? Spirit guides? Okay. Somebody has an unfirm foundation. They are homeless right now. There's been a lot of distortion. Somebody could have broke the law, corruption. They were in their ego. Somebody kept them in their ego, feeding them lines of bullshit. Male or female? They abused their authority. They had no authority. Place where it belongs, okay? Yeah, that's a friend. A whole bunch of friend groups. Could be cults, coven, secret society, or people are talking, or now they want to reconcile. It could be also a past partner. They were non-committal, but now they want to reconcile. Too much partying. Yeah. Somebody didn't want to sacrifice anything. They didn't want to put in the time to work towards a job or prosperity, I just heard. Or they can't sacrifice you. Place it where it belongs. This could be an arrest, this illumination, letting go and letting God, overcoming. It could be overcoming. They can't stall anymore. Yeah, this is deception and envy. This could be the police. Or somebody's traveling towards you. Place it where it belongs. The mask is off. They took advantage of you. They were taken advantage of as well. If this has anything to do with the last two reads, they were taken advantage of as well as they were taking advantage of you, but you knew what was going on. You know your value and your worth. Someone was very ungrateful and disrespectful towards you. They didn't think you knew what you would do. They didn't see. You saw. You have your third eye is lit. They couldn't see what was going on here. This is a karmic situation. If it has anything to do with the last two reads, it definitely could be an adult child of yours that you're dealing with. Yes, adult children can be karmic. I hate to say it. Parents can be karmic. Siblings, lovers, okay? Everybody at once or sometimes in their lives are karmic, me included. This was done behind your back. False contracts. There's a parting of ways. They have to face the consequences to their poor decisions here. They're trapped in fear. They are. They might be going to jail. Or they're just feeling stuck, trapped in fear. They know they have to do the right thing. They know they have to come correct. Yeah, this is loss of material and spiritual prosperity. Again, it's false contracts. It's all falling apart. Six in reverse. Very karmic. Somebody fed this person a lot of lies. I do know for some of them, they were under some sort of spiritual attack and some kind of spell work that these people were. And it could be some other family members doing this. Cults, covens. A lot of people were involved. Playing this person to come up after you. You consciously knew what was going on. They know they have to take actions here. That's why they couldn't place these obstacles and challenges in your way, right? You consciously knew. Somebody's taking action. This is a crime. Conflict and defeat. They can't cause this for you. Change is here. 55. Get ready for the unexpected, okay? This is a permanent, profound change. They have no spiritual strength, okay? They're hiding and cloaking a lot. They're hiding and cloaking you, maybe. They were unaware. They don't want to be alone. Somebody could have given them some false bravado saying you're strong, you're spiritually strong. If they were doing spell work against you, they have no spiritual strength. They were unaware. They thought you were weak. Because on the outside you're kind and sweet and forgiving, they thought you were a weak person, that they could just play you. They didn't. They thought you were very weak. You had your heart chakra wide open. You're stable and secure. You know who you are, male or female. This could be a father figure, by the way, a boss or a leader. Could be a divine masculine. Could be a female. You could be in this energy where you're a go-getter, no nonsense. You have authorities. Yeah, somebody's afraid. They have no integrity, loyalty, or honesty. They're gonna be humbled here. You have a lot of wisdom, and the divine is backing you up. This has something to do with courts and institutions, about family, loyalty. Somebody's getting read the Riot Act. Wow. They gave all false, misleading information about you. This was non-reciprocal. Whatever this was, they didn't give you what you gave. A lot of inner childhood wounds that they don't want to address. They gave all false, misleading information. They didn't want to give you your flowers, whatever this is. They can't return to the past. Okay, they can't. Okay, their patience and planning's out the window. They've been stopped. They can't go on. They can't travel. I don't know what this is. They don't want to take accountability. It's out of control, whatever this is. They could have stolen a house or a condo, and their friends trashed it. I don't know, something like that. I just heard, oh my God, how'd you know? Friend foundations. Somebody's afraid. They're very unstable right now. They're very erratic, I heard. There's a lot of partying, a lot of friends, a lot of interviews. It's bad timing. They could have did something to yeah, bad timing. Somebody wants a second chance, or you are the Phoenix Rising. Place it where it belongs. They want to reconcile with you. You're being celebrated. Place it where it belongs. Firm foundation, reverse 4, bad timing. Someone's going to have to get purified here, walk through the fire. Jackpot, they thought they'd make a lot of money off of you. Or other people thought they'd make a lot of money off of this person and you. Your prayers have been heard, okay? Congratulations. Somebody gambled. You're very angelically protected. And or this person has placed it where it belongs, or both of you. They're facing some karma. And that's okay. We all have to face it. I faced mine. I'm probably going to have to face more. So place it where it belongs. This is a reckoning. This is a balancing of the scales, okay? This needs to be balanced. This is the universe going, no, no, no. This is out of whack. It's out of balance. Unfair. We need to balance it. Okay. They said no more from that deck. Yeah. So, you know, you spend your time taking offense, blaming people because maybe their delivery's not so great. I do know growing up, a lot of people told me about myself, and I didn't like to hear it. Ew, they're mean. Ew, I hate them. But really I didn't, because they told me about myself. They were right. We have to learn to take constructive criticism, even if it's not delivered the way we want it. Okay? If we know we're fucking up, come on. Don't blame the other person or anybody else, right? So firm foundation, reverse 4, bad timing. Lust. Wow, there's something to do with a third party wanting your person, your child, if this is your child or your person. Or this is just lust for greed, avarice. Oh my gosh. Greed. And by any means necessary and considerate. Somebody's exhausted. They could be living out of a suitcase and or they're homeless. Burned out, burdened, and empty. But this is their baptism of fire, I just heard. Whatever they've done, it was meant to get caught. It was meant for them to get caught and have to answer for and turn it around because they have something to do in their future. I'm not saying they're Jesus. Maybe they are. Hey, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying they have something that they need to do in their future. They have to get on path. And this is part of their path, unfortunately. It's just like any person committing crimes and they go to jail and they find Jesus in jail. And then they go forth and they try to help others that have gone through the same thing they've gone through. I'm not saying it's right, but this is something they need to go through. Yeah, they're facing legalities. Lawyers, court, and paperwork. Karmic friends, third parties involved, haters, lessons learned. This is chaos. Upheaval, disaster, and a downfall. They're facing a world of hurt, I heard. But they can get through it with, yeah, they're running. They're on the run. Escape, denial, excuses. Somebody was very envious. It started with envy, maybe. Resentful, competitive, discontent. It's the same, a lot of the same cards coming out from the last 2 reads. Why they do it, I don't know why they do this with me. I don't know if any other readers are like this, but they continue on because there might be different takes. I know there's different people going through similar things, so it could be, maybe it's not the same story in every read, but it's similar, but it's just different aspects of it or different avenues or different people that are involved. Place it where it belongs, okay? Yeah, somebody wanted the nightlife, striptease, gamble, Vegas. They're very toxic. Whether this is the person you were dealing with or the people they're around, drama, arguments, incompatible. They burnt bridges, or they're burning bridges with everybody. Lack of trust, dislove, turned back on. They're suffering in silence. They can't trust these people. They know it. These people were using them for a good time, a place to stay, a party place maybe. Unspoken desires, real feelings, and broken dreams. They are completely feeling alone here. There's an image. There's a matter of maybe some mental health issues as well. Yeah, they know that what they did to a soulmate. Now, a soulmate could be family, friend, love, and or business. They thought these people were their soulmates, their friends. All they wanted was a fast time, thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions, addictions. Now that somebody's gotten the chance to recharge and heal from this, or look at this, thank you, Archangel Michael. Look at this from a sober position. Breathe, let go, clear your mind. They're hoping they can come back and have a second chance with you. Second chance, deja vu, nostalgia. There's an apology coming. Okay. This is all happening before, because that came in, and the next card after that, I swear to God, was this glow up. New opportunities, new careers, successful business, and feminine energy, whether that's you or somebody else. Gentleness, nurturing, mothering. They need, if you are a mother, they need that from you. Or maybe, I hate to say it, maybe you gave them too much coddling. Only you know your story. I mean, I was kind of maybe an overbearing mom when he was younger, my son. Only because I knew what he was like. I remember the school said that, was it the school or my husband was farting around with the CIS, and he showed up and he said, oh yeah, that's CIS. The only thing they found to complain about was because I wouldn't let my 5-year-old, who was in kindergarten, walk to school on his own. Now, to get to school, he had to walk across right in front of where we lived. It was a busy enough street. There was buses and cars all the time. He had to traverse that road to get onto a catwalk and walk down a long catwalk through a tunnel and into the school grounds. Now, sometimes we had teenagers hanging around that catwalk and tunnel smoking pot and bullying smaller kids. And I wouldn't allow my child to walk to school, because he'd see his friends the minute we leave the building. He'd see his friends on the other side of the street and not look both ways and want to run to them and want to play. Now, I knew my kid was a bonehead sometimes. He lost control. He wanted to play so badly. I knew I couldn't trust him crossing streets on his own. And I certainly couldn't trust those kids at the end of the walkway smoking dope every morning and bullying small kids. But that was what they found that was wrong with me. You're overbearing. You won't allow your child to be independent. He's 5 fucking years old. I know my kid better than you know my kid. You just met him. Anyways, if that's what I'm guilty of, guilty. Sue me. Whatever. Charge me. I'm happy I stuck to my guns too, because my child wasn't ready. And I was a little bit overbearing, yeah. But then I remember the first time he took the bus on his own, we practiced it. I met him at my work. It was one bus from in front of our building. He had to get on that bus and come all the way to my work and get off. And I was waiting at the bus stop for him. Boy, was I nervous, and so was he. But when he did it, we were both happy. We celebrated. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know my kid. You might have been overbearing, but now you know. You know. Sometimes you got to let them fall down and scrape their knees, right? You're there to help them clean it up afterwards. Why I say that? Somebody needed to hear that. We're doing our best as parents. Damn spanky, we're trying our best, okay? I know I tried my best. It's not easy. I still got it thrown in my face sometimes, you know what I mean? Especially when he's a teenager. I'm a horrible mother. When I said no. But I knew it came from. Hey, I was a teenager too. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the best kid ever. I did my own thing. I made my parents worry. So, firm foundation, reverse 4. Bad timing and loss. Where are we going with this? Yeah, doors open. Greed by any means necessary and considerate. So they try to open doors that were closed to them. Try to get somewhere quickly, or the doors are closing on them quickly. You have strong psychic abilities. They want to come back. They do want to come back. I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. Okay? Depends on how bad this was. A message is coming that you don't want to hear, or they don't want to hear. Place where it belongs. That kind of came out, not quite. What else do you want us to know, please? Okay, thank you. Past life connection. Either this is a past life connection that's resurfacing. They did this in a past life. And or the people they're dealing with is past life connections. They have to shake them. They have to get rid of them. Place it where it belongs. Something's lit. It's a spiritual awakening. Yep, the spark is lit now. It's a spiritual awakening. But replace your fear with faith. That could be for you or for whoever you're dealing with, okay? It's coming back home to self. So whether you have to end this past life soulmate bullshit, or they do, okay? Whatever, this is a repeat of the past lives, and it didn't turn out very well. So this is your chance to, either yours or theirs, to end it. Yeah, there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of love here. Okay? A wish is being granted. I'm going to leave it there. There is. Somebody's in their emotions. There's a lot of love here. I don't know what you know. It's different for everybody, how badly or, you know, if you can look past this, if you can grow through this. I don't know. Firm foundation, 4 in reverse. I getting kicked out. Bad timing. Lust. Doors opened. Somebody got in using lust spells, love spells, or maybe they're sending it your way. I know there was an element of spell work, either on them or towards you. I know they wanted to take you out, or somebody wanted to take you out. The rest of your family, place it where it belongs. Oh boy, they were lied to. Don't worry, my door's always open, I just heard. By somebody they were dealing with, and they were lied to. They were led down the wrong way. Yeah, it's time to heal. It's time to heal. Okay, they said to bring it out. They need to process this. This is reconciling. They need to heal this. They need to balance something out. They need to heal themselves first. Truth and clarity. You already know. They've been exposed. They're heartbroken. They know. You know they're heartbroken. They know they broke your heart with all these lies, illusions, deceptions, right? This was fraud. You know it. They're broke. They got defrauded by their own friends. Maybe that's the fraud here. Yeah, they can't get any help. Broken contract, ending a third-party situation or collaboration. They can't come correct here. Somebody can't be trusted. They were immature and sincere. They broke the law. Place where it belongs. Somebody was very corrupt. They had no faith. They're going to lose in a court of law. They're in their emotions. They could be drinking a lot. Male or female, place where it belongs. Yeah, they're going to be arrested. They know it. Or this is elimination. Letting go and letting God. They have to surrender. They have to give in. Surrender. Surrender to whatever this is. They're in their emotions now because they know that you always knew. They're going to have to let go. They're going to have to let go of these people. Yeah, just coming in. They're sorry. There's a child or something like that. Adult child, they're sorry. Yeah, they betrayed you and they know it. Or they got betrayed after betraying you. Place it where it belongs. This is a harsh and painful end, but it's a necessary one. This is the worst is over for you and them. It's time to give it up. 10-10, there's a completions here. Okay? Unburdening, putting all these... They know that you're not going to take on their burdens. They know that they have to let go of something, release something, and they want to come back home. They want to unburden themselves to you. Yeah, they're coming in with an offer. This is love. They do. If this is your story, whoever this is, I'm really picking up as an adult child. They're coming back. They do mean it, okay? There is love in that cup, okay? They're going to open up to you finally. They're going to tell you that they lied. And that's why they haven't spoken to you. There's no truth, no clarity. You're going to open up as to why they haven't spoken to you. Because the first read, it was something like the last time we talked to them was in the fall. It's because they knew you knew. They have a lot of shame they had to work through, okay? Yeah, this is fated. They know this is fated. Whatever they are going through right now, they know that something is going to come out of it. This is change. Divine timing here. Yeah, look at this. The mother figure. You don't have to be a mother. You can be a father. Divine feminine energy. Male or female. This is unconditional love. Stability. They're afraid. They're afraid. They had no integrity, loyalty, or honesty. They're afraid. They're afraid that you're going to let them go. You foresaw it. It's in keeping with the cards. You foresaw this. They're at a distance. You know they took advantage of you, but you know your value and your worth. They were ungrateful and very disrespectful, but they're at a distance hoping that they can have another opportunity with you. This can't be ignored. They know they can't ignore something. Something's happening in the background. They're hoping, and they're wishing. Yeah. It's a false contract, ending a cycle with other people, with karmics. They're facing their consequences for their poor decisions, right? It's lessons, not blessings. You know, they're running out of options. All that glitters isn't gold. They can't hide this. They have no viable options. It was all illusions. And now they want to come back again, or this is the universe kicking them in the pants. This is unfinished business. They're going to have to return something or return back home. Return of the prodigal son. I hear it again. They have no protection. They can't travel. They don't have money to travel. They don't want to move. They have to move. Oof. Somebody is a real bitch that they're dealing with. And all three cards, all three reads today was a Queen of Swords, male or female. Someone's a narc that they were dealing with. Somebody lied to them to get them to do this. Somebody's cold-hearted, mentally, emotionally, physically, verbally, psychologically abusive, okay? This is vindictiveness, vile, spiteful, bitter. They'll do anything to get their way. Yeah. So somebody was gunning for you, using your adult child to do it, though. I get it. And they promised them an open door at all times. Don't worry, it's foolproof. Don't worry, you got problems, you run into problems. Call me, come over, whatever. There's always a bedroom here for you. Bullshit. This could also be the third party that was gunning for your child or adult child. Yeah, they're out in the cold. Just financial ruin, spiritual jail. Damn. So somebody's making a head over heart decision. Whomever they were dealing with in the past or in the background, they fucked them over. Yeah. You got to balance something out here. Making a head over heart decision, weighing options. Somebody's angry here. Very angry. It's a backfire. There's been no communication. They can't move forward. This is bad news. There's been no communication. Yeah. They're trying to avoid talking to you. Somebody could have claimed that you victimized them, or they know you're at peace with something. They know this is the end of whatever this is. There's a lot of mental conflict. There's a lot of denial. They're acting like they don't know what's going on. Maybe they're trying to give off that they're too busy to contact you. Oh, wow, work is hard. You know, I've been really busy, and my home life is really busy. Whatever, I've been kept busy. I can't talk to you. They're trying to avoid you because they know it's a fall from grace. They were putting on an act. It's a fall from grace. They were smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know it all and show off. This is not wish fulfillment. Yeah, they were reckless, careless, foolish. They took unnecessary risks. They can't move forward, okay? They thought you were naive and gullible, but it turns out they were. Somebody was using them big time. Yeah, to steal a large amount of money. It could be an inheritance. It could be life insurance. It could be a pension. It could be anything. This is family discord as well. They were reckless, okay? They listened to these people. They followed what these people did or wanted them to do. There's an element of spell work. There's definitely some sort of betrayal and maybe blackmail, but there's definitely some sort of fraud involved. Family discord. And somebody's losing everything or they lost everything. And they're grieving and they're regretting and they're crying over spilt milk. Whatever they gained was for a short period of time. Now they've been exposed as public humiliation. Something to do with a house or a condo. Somebody took over the house or condo. They signed it to a friend or this supposed third party. They put it in this person's name and they're not giving it back. Something like that. That's for some of you. I don't know how this works. Yeah, somebody impersonated you and they signed your name, co-signed and or forged your name. They felt entitled. They're holding something back. Very abusive, I hear, whoever they were dealing with. Very pushy. A tyrant, maybe. This is them putting on airs for sure. Now they're worried they can't eat or sleep. They're very burdened. They didn't take action. They can't take action. There's nothing they can do about it. Place it where it belongs. They lost control. Could have an STD. I don't know. Somebody has an STD. Place it where it belongs. Hopefully not. But if they are sick, the best place they should be right now is with their loved ones. If they're listening. There's nothing they can do about it. Something got out of control. Yeah. It's ruin, or this is... They're trying to avoid ruin, but they can't. The police could be coming through. This could be bailiffs kicking them out. This is them traveling back towards you. This is understanding. This is illumination. This is awareness that you knew. You're under the canopy of the universe, by the way. This is universally driven. Maybe they're catching wind of it now themselves. This is universally driven. What happened here was ordained. They need to overcome this. They need to overcome this. And that means coming back home to you. Setting things straight. This is awareness. They need to take accountability. It's radical acceptance. They need to bring back balance. They need to move. They need to do something now. Yep. they need to free themselves. Make that distinction. Make that decision. And they're seeing through the illusions that they saw that you saw through the illusions. They have to break free from whatever this is. It could be a non-binding contract. I don't know what this is, but somebody's detaching, breaking free. They're stuck. They want to break free from being stuck. They could be in jail. I don't know. Maybe they're being released. I don't know. They're going to have to talk the truth to the cops. Place it where it belongs. They're stuck in their head. Have to speak some truths. It's going to cause some mayhem, maybe. There's a lot of conflict, competition, jealousy, drama. People are up in arms here. Well, truth is, this could be Archangel Michael kicking some ass too. I don't know. Place it where it belongs. A lot of people involved, possibly. Somebody's going to have to speak some truths. They're going to have to go to the authorities and speak some truths. Yeah, they're going to have to let go, give up here, okay? They can't fight this in the court of law. They will not win. This group let them go, kicked them to the curb once the money was gone, or once they sniffed trouble. Place it where it belongs. This is embarrassing and disgraceful. Yeah. This hurt their pride and their ego. This is people they were dealing with. Was a gold digger and a cloud chaser, okay? Materialistic, greedy, selfish. This was a cash grab. This was money motivated, get rich quick schemes, okay? This is corruption, bullies, having an image to uphold, bad with money. There's proof and evidence is what was happening here. This is an investment. They were chipping away at some sort of monies that were yours. They're looking back. People are looking back, and they're realizing there's proof and evidence this was a crime. This was unfair, unbalanced. They know that you know. They underestimated you. You could be a mother or a father, but this is unconditional love. You remained emotionally balanced, stable, mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. And you pressed through this by using your intuition. You didn't freak out like they wanted you to. Okay, you put a cap on that unconditional love because you had to love yourself first. You had to place yourself first. Maybe you always gave, and selflessly. I know I did, until you can't do it anymore. And like I said in the other read, you gotta let them walk that path. You have to let them fall and skin their knees. But you're always there. Oh, loving, kind, nurturing, sweet. Yeah, but you're not to be played with. Yeah, you're single, abundant, independent, self-sufficient, stable, and secure. They left you on your own. Now they want to come back towards you. Quickly, too. They were attacking you. They left you alone, and they attacked you. So you could have been alone, and they were attacking you spiritually, physically, maybe, I don't know, verbally. You could have felt like you're under attack, but the truth is coming out quickly here. Yeah, they were doing spell work against you. So that's why they left you alone. That's why they didn't contact you. They didn't want to be around the spell work because they knew. You know what I mean? They knew what they got involved with. Now the truth is coming out and quick. They were talking bad shit about you, or other people were unwise counsel. Somebody's mad. Somebody's mad. Truth is now coming out. Congratulations. A lot of dark practitioners involved. Yeah, somebody was a gold digger and a cloud chaser. There's a few people involved. They left you alone. Maybe they hurt your finances. You had to pick yourself back up again. They didn't see your value and your worth. They don't know their own. They were greedy and selfish, materialistic. Whoever could be them and or whomever they were dealing with. Now they're broke. Now their money's almost gone. Now they're parting ways, right? Don't see eye to eye. There's no love here. They don't see eye to eye. They're not on the same page. This is lack of trust, a lot of disharmony. 2-2, if this rings a bell. They're watching you from afar. They made their choice. They're watching you from afar. You're still moving forward. This is shocking them. Oh my gosh, I thought that spell work was going to work. But I think whatever spell work they might have been under, it's dissipated. It only lasts for so long. It goes back to Sanders eventually. Yeah, they made a decision. They're still moving on, or they're at their crossroads making a decision because they can't trust the people they're with. They want to come back home and just drink. Okay. I don't know where they are. If they're in the same city as you or in a different place. This is very distorted. This is corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. Somebody was working their ego, flattering them. But this is somebody with no authority. They abused their authority, gave up their power. This is all for how things appear. This is somebody that had an image. Yeah, distorted family. Very, very evil family. No, a family group or some sort of community. This is all wanting power and control over you or over them. Place it where it belongs. Yeah. Wish fulfillment. They're remembering. I don't know what this is. Somebody's praying. You're divinely protected. You're out in the public eye. You're balanced. You're healed. You're a healer. You're divinely protected. Divine intervention. Conscious awareness. You are consciously aware of what's happening here. You are in tune. Taking some action. You know they were opportunists, or now this person's finding out that the people they were with were opportunists. Place it where it belongs, or both. Yeah. Somebody got paid to lie about you. And now that's all coming apart. Everybody's angry. Could be some fighting going on here. They don't want to hear it. Other people don't want to hear it. Somebody lied. They spread rumor, gossip, and slander about you. They were petty and they were cruel. They were jealous and abusive, okay? And they didn't mind being jealous and abusive. They're stalking, harassing you. So I think this person, I'm going to say an adult child, came after you. They were in on this to a certain degree. The rest of the family in this group, wow. There could be some pedos involved in here. God forbid. Jeez Louise. Anyways, other people in this, affiliated in this, had ulterior motives against you and against them, against both of you. They didn't want to hear it because they got abused as well in a certain way, in some sort of way. It's all been a pack of lies. Yeah. Lying, cheating, and or stealing, trying to escape a situation. It's been lies. No communication. Bad news, lies, throwing rocks, hiding hands. Very, very juvenile and dramatic. It's coming to a close. Ending a cycle to begin a new one. Phoenix rising. So whoever this is, this to you, you both are phoenixes rising from the ashes. First, you need to walk through the fire. And I'm sure as a parent, whoever you are, male or female, in your life, in your past, you possibly walked through fires and learned some lessons. I heard the apple doesn't fall far from the tree in that respect. Maybe you were full of pride at one point, full of piss and vinegar. Place it where it belongs. Yeah, you're standing your ground. You're divinely protected, by the way. You're seeing things from a higher vantage point, or this person is. This is change. Congratulations. It's time to heal. Somebody's praying, contemplating. They could be couch surfing because they're homeless, losing their stability, their family, their home, their relations. The party's over. They're going to have to get serious now. They're going to have to do something about this. So somebody had some time to think about a family or this situation or whatever. Yeah, they're in their emotions. They miss you. They're homesick. Congratulations. This is love. New beginnings. Bringing peace and harmony. This is divinely sanctioned, I hear. There's a lot of tears. They're not happy. They're parting ways with this group, cult, coven, secret society, or third party. They're on their way home. This is transitioning. It could be on the run as well. Wow. Transfer. I heard transfer. So if they're in a different city or town or wherever you are, they're transferring back home for work. Yeah. This could be you or them or somebody else standing in their power. Finding their backbone, I just heard. Male or female. Unafraid. Taking the initiative. This is a go-getter. Very confident, sure, charming, attracting, attractive, magnetic. This is a leader, okay? Somebody with authority and spiritual protection. Taking action, new beginnings, growth, expansion. Somebody with authority, new beginnings here. There's new beginnings. Again, these are all aces in the upright are gifts from the divine. Yeah, they want to reconcile. They want a new beginning with you. Something to do with children. Getting your flowers. This is awareness. They want a second chance. This is coming home to mama or daddy. This is a come to Jesus moment. This is a spiritual awakening. They're trying to hide and cloak a lot. They don't want to be alone. They bore false witness. They're broke. They're in trouble. They didn't want to do their homework. They didn't want to grow up and learn their lessons. They were immature and insincere. They took a lot of risks, and they lost. Okay, they were very disrespectful and lazy. Now they want to put the work in. They know it's going to take a lot of work, but eventually they're going to be this person, or they're working with a King of Wands to rectify this. Male or female, leadership position, or they want to work their way up. Again, see the salamanders. That means walking through fire and learning your lessons. Okay, this is being protected. You have to earn it, though. Okay. A King of Wands, a Queen of Wands, they walk through the fire. They get burnt. They learned their lessons the hard way. They're very passionate people. They go with passion, you know. They act first. They don't think first. And that's fine. Everybody's different, right? They're not afraid. They're very charismatic. This is their learning. This is their, oh boy. This is like a springboard for them, and or, what do you call it? Diving board for them. Sorry, I'm going all over the place. So something to do with a home, a condo, a family, a relationship. Somebody's unstable here. No firm foundations. They could be homeless right now. They're scared. They are scared. Somebody was in their ego and in their pride. Very distorted, whatever this was. Image to uphold with their friends. A lot of parties. The party's over. The party's over. Friends like that, who needs enemies? Like, frankly, come on. Or groups or whatever this is. Or even if the other family members got them to do this. Family like this, who needs them? Bad timing. Somebody's got some bad timing here. You have strong psychic abilities. It's bad timing for you to use your intuition. I don't know. This is a Phoenix rising here. Somebody wants a second chance. Doors opening, doors are closing, place it where it belongs. Okay. Lust. They're realizing the people they were with, maybe they're kicking them out or they're getting kicked out. Place where it belongs. Greed. By any means necessary and considerate. It doesn't have to be lust, but there could be an element of lust here. Maybe they're doing lust spells on you. Love and lust spells. Come to me spells. To butter you up so they can come back home. I don't know. Listen, if they're listening, don't do any spell work. That's my recommendation to you. That's bending wills. You're going to get some karma for it. It's going to backfire. Okay, it's going to make things worse. Don't try to make things worse. Be yourself. Be honest and open. Okay? Somebody's exhausted here. Burnt out, burnt and empty. They could be living out of a suitcase. Somebody's unsure of their future, and I get it. It's not pretty. Whatever this is, it's not pretty. How are we ending this? I got to get out of this energy. Let's end this. I feel sorry for everybody involved, to tell you the truth. That's a reversal. They're trying to reverse oh boy. They've been working nonstop. Somebody's trying to reverse an unalive spell. Whatever they wanted is being reversed onto them. You could be a tarot reader. They're dealing with tarot readers. You're definitely here watching me. Okay? Yeah, that could explain why you saw it coming. That you are always 10 steps ahead. If you are a tarot reader or an intuitive of some kind. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? How are we ending this read for the collective, please? Please, thank you. Oh boy, okay. Get rich quick scheme. You knew you had to wait. You knew there's nothing you could have done. Even if you did step in at time in the beginning or in midway, it would not have turned out the way it is turning out now, the way it was meant to. I know it's a tough time for you. I know you went through a lot of worry, a lot of tears. We want to protect our loved ones, but sometimes we do them a disservice by sheltering them too much. And I know, I was there. Fly, little birdie, fly. You know what I mean? Get your wings. You got your wings now. It's time to fly. Hold on, let me get these cards. This deck is way too big. You want to cushion them. I know we love our family, or we love those that we love, right? We don't want them to get hurt. Sometimes they need to skin those knees to find out, you're not doing that again. That kind of hurts. Yeah. Divorce or separation, maybe they're going through it, or you are. Place it where it belongs. Someone's feeling intimidated. They're trying to intimidate you. Someone's delusional. They're backpedaling. Either them or whoever they're dealing with. You're a parent. You are a step-parent. You're innocent. They're going to claim they're innocent. They had hidden motives. This came out last time, too, when I was shuffling. They had hidden motives. You saw it for what it was, and now they're seeing it. The people they were dealing with have hidden motives. You have a social media or a platform, or they do. They could be attacking you on that as well. You're giving your opinions about it on social media, or they are, place it where it belongs, and they don't like it. Remember, an opinion's an opinion. Okay? Everybody has an opinion about things. You can't change their mind. You can't change mine. Unless I see things differently, there's proof of, something, me being wrong. I'm the first one to say, hey, I was wrong. I'll take that back. But an opinion's an opinion. We're all entitled to them. Okay? If you don't like it, then don't listen. I try telling people on my channel, you don't like my opinion, go. You don't like what I'm doing, go. There's no hardship, no hard feelings. But to stay around for months, years, and fucking insult me, insinuate things in my comment section, to shadow ban me, get the fuck out of here. It goes to show you have no life. It goes to show this is intentional. Not happenstance. Like, I just came across your channel. I don't agree with you. Good. Move on. No harm, no foul. I don't agree with you. Where we go with this? Righteous. They exaggerated. Somebody exaggerated. They felt like they're very righteous. Yeah. Somebody wanted to get on their throne earlier. Sat on their throne, exaggerated everything. Downloading bullshit. Mental illness. They could have said you were mentally ill. This could be the power of attorney conservatorship or something. They really exaggerated a lot of bullshit. They could have poking the bear. They could have poked the bear, got you to get upset. And it takes a lot for some of us to get upset, but they did the lot, okay? And then they tape record you and say, see, they're crazy. They go nuts. This is every day, all day. No, it's bullshit. They're going to be held in contempt of court. Very contemptuous. Somebody's shook and in shock here of the amount of hate they threw your way. Yep, this was fated, I told you. Now they need to heal. Or maybe they're shook and shocked to find out that the people they surrounded themselves were full of hate. Now they need to heal. You healed from everything they sent your way. What does that say? Wake up, wake up. They discriminated against you. Or they're feeling discriminated against. Place it where it belongs. They need to heal with you. They need to heal things with you. They need to heal. Place it where it belongs. Something to do with life insurance. I knew it. You're going to have to throw some respect on your fucking name. You have respect and integrity. And they're going to have to treat you with respect and integrity. Okay? Jeez Louise. It's a waste of time. You are not going anywhere. They can't, as contrary to what people think, we all have an exit point. Okay? We're slated to go whenever we're slated to go, and only God knows that, when that time is. These people can't hasten that. They can't rush you. Okay? Unfortunately, a lot of people leave this world because at the hands of other people's bad decisions, okay? And that's sad. Some leave old age. They go in their sleep. That's the best way of going, I suppose. But we have no control over that. Only God does. And if they were trying to get you to leave this realm before your time, they're going to have to pay for that. It's all useless. They're in disgrace here. They're all giving each other side eye because they know where that unalive spell is going. Maybe that's why they're working overtime trying to stop it. Oh dear. They're under a lot of pressure. There's something to do with a court as well, institution. Something to do with mail. They could have rerouted your mail, stole your mail, stopped your mail. Yeah, something. They're dealing with witches and warlocks. And there's something to do with a job transfer or transfer of money. They could prove intent if they contacted these witches and warlocks, practitioners, cults, covens, secret societies to unalive you, and they sent them money to do so. That shows intent that they want you gone. And if they took life insurance out on you, even more. I remember I had a dream, I think it was 2 years ago maybe, where there was a judge sitting there talking to somebody. It was a dark office. Like the lights weren't on. It was just the light from the window next to the judge's desk. And the judge looked at whatever they were looking at on their, it was a male judge, on their desk, and he said to this person, sorry, I can't help you. This shows absolute intent. There's no way of getting out of it. So somebody had nothing to lose here. Everything was false. They could be on the run right now, and that's where they are. They're homeless. They have no money. They're in a very inhospitable place. This is theft. These people, your family or these people, said they'd support them. No problem. If things go wrong, no problem. Things went wrong, and these people lied to this person, and they're on their own. Now, don't get me wrong. God, there's always going to be, somebody you outranked this person. You outranked these warlocks, these witches, these groups. They're shocked. How did none of this bullshit work? Oh my God. Oh my God. You know why it didn't work? That's why. They're being stalked by the angels. Never mind them stalking you. Everyone who's stalking you is being stalked by the angels because you outranked them. And the angels are having fun with them. Every time if you are online, they try to throw whatever they throw your way. They're going to get smacked across the head. Lights are going to flicker. They're going to know. They're in the presence of angels, and they're not happy. They presumed a lot. They're finding out they're a hypocrite. Everybody's finding out these people are hypocrites. This is major loss. They're trying to make you lose by poking, reactive abuse, trying to get something out of you. They wanted you in poor health. It looks like they might be. This is a breach of trust. They were trolling, hating you. Let the angels have fun. Now they want to negotiate. They started a crusade against you. Hate train. They're under surveillance. Good for them. There's proof as to what they were doing. I know for myself, I've been taking a lot of screenshots. I've got files, IP addresses. They still continue. It's not as bad as it was at one point. I think a lot of people have just said, no, we're out. We're out. We're done. We're hurting. I don't wish ill on anybody, but if you come after me, I have a very strong spiritual team. They found out the hard way. If you want to find out, keep going. There's no skin off my back. I don't like to see people suffer, so I warn them, but they don't listen. So what's a girl to do? Come on. It just calls the hurts. That's the way I look at it. It is what it is. It's a breach of ethics. You're always 10 steps ahead. They sold their souls cheaply. Something to do with paternity issues. Somebody don't care. They're toxic and they're karmic. There's a lot of threats and force being, a lot of pain. There's some sort of messages coming through. You have boundaries. You put up boundaries. They're going to have to put up boundaries. The old version of you is gone. Or what they thought was the old version of you. You're still who you are. They just took advantage of you. They didn't see that side of you. They thought, oh, like I said before, I don't know if it's this read or the last one. My teenager, when my son was young, you embarrass me. Oh, you're so lame. Oh, what do you know? You're old. That kind of thing. They have a vision of us in their mind, thinking that. I remember saying to my son, because he was moving out, he goes, what are you going to do without me? And I said, listen, kid, I had a life before you, and I'm going to have a life after you. Don't worry about me. I'm always good. And that's the problem. I always told him, listen, no matter what happens, whatever he's done to me, I'm good. I'll get over it. I always do. That's my mantra. I always do. And that's where I went wrong, I think. Because sometimes you say, no, I'm not okay. And you're okay to do that. But the old version of you, what they thought of you, is gone. They targeted you. Now they're the target. got a lot of hood rats for the streets involved. They're bitter. Bitter Bettys and bitter Bobs. Somebody felt entitled. Everything's broken now. Oh, they got blackmailed. I knew I felt it. I knew I sniffed it. So your adult child was being blackmailed by hood rats for the streets. Okay? I knew I scented it. I can smell these things a mile away sometimes. I'm no better than anybody, but, you know, I'm really in tune with energy, and energy doesn't lie. And if it doesn't make sense, I know there's a lie in there somewhere. I'm not going to take the first person's explanation. If it irks me, I'm going to look into it some more. I'm going to, you know, sniff it out. It is what it is. Michiel, do your best to do some writing. If you're not a writer, record your thoughts and ideas. Be for you, whomever's involved in this. Murax. Astrology is key to the answers you seek. Look to the stars above for guidance and clarification. Somebody's doing spell work without even thinking about astrology. This is the wrong time to be doing any kind of fucking fuck shit, but let them find out. I can't pronounce this, nor will I try. So prepare yourself to win. You've got friends in high places, even if you don't know it. Meeting angels. Whether that's for you or your adult child or both, okay? It is what it is. People want to continue playing, let them play. It's to their own demise. Yeah, they're doing magic. Nithya. This in the regular deck. Let me find the regular deck and I'll show it. Predator. People don't believe me when I speak, but hold on. There we go. Took me. It was the second to last card, obviously, right? Told you. The generous got the magician. Pay attention to signs and symbols you see, the author, New Wisdom. The generous God, moving forward, universally driven. They're going to have to take accountability, okay? Universally driven, overcoming. Spiritual wisdom and magic helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. How do you know what you know? God. Simple as. Bottom of the deck, I can't pronounce this, nor will I try to. Is there someone you've been quarreling with? It's time to let go and move on. That is the Page of Pentacles, by the way, I believe, or Page of Cups. I can't remember. It's a page. It's one of the pages. Mumia. Time is up. All things must come to an end. This is ending. This ending will be a good one. So, yeah, I was feeling that too. Okay? There's nothing you can't overcome here with your adult child or children or family. Victory will occur soon. Look at this. It's beautiful. Can't pronounce it, but I won't try. Victory will occur soon. The courage must first be found within yourself. So whoever you're dealing with needs to find the courage to come clean. You need to come home. Tell the truth, the absolute truth. No dancing around, no obfuscating, no projecting, no excuses, no, trying to rationalize things. I thought, I saw, I felt. It's always them. It's not the truth. It's not facts. Somebody, before you take any action, find out the facts. This person didn't. They went with feelings. They went with because something was lacking in their life. But I also do strongly feel here, and this is not for everybody, this was ordained. They must go through this to come out the other end for a new beginning. They belong somewhere else. But they had to have this experience so they can move forward. And this could be for you or for them, or for both. But you needed to experience this. This was part of your plan, your path. It's not nice. It's painful. It's reckless. I agree. But put it this way. Maybe you don't realize it. Maybe this person, that adult child, whomever this person is, doesn't realize it, but God realizes it. He uses us as tools. Okay? Believe that. And he wants to wrangle up all of these, let's say, cults, covens, secret societies, practitioners that do dark things behind closed doors. Maybe one of you is an empath, a Heyoka, or maybe both of you are. This is it's a WAR of principalities, okay? Dark versus light. So he's used you, used them, used both of you to wrangle up these people, place it where it belongs. There's going to be some hurt feelings, lost money. Maybe somebody might have to answer to the courts, maybe do some time. I don't know. But it's best to own up to it. Find that bravery, find that courage, because the minute you deal with this and put it behind you, the minute you can move forward into your new life. You'll be much happier, much more prepared for life, okay? Getting on path. And nobody can knock you off your square unless you allow it, okay? So congratulations. This is a tough one because it goes all over the place because there's different people here going through different things. And I agree. It's hard to pinpoint it. Only go with this if this is your story, okay? I'm not here to try to tell you what to do. I'm here to guide if I can, if I'm lucky. If I am lucky, I can help. I hope you like the reading. Until next time, take care.